Good morning, cyber friend. Middleman, coming back at you, walk with you. Yet another word for the day. And we give God all the praise and glory. We thank Him, life, health, and strength for as well as it is. Yesterday, Sunday, people, it was very, very long day, full of activities for me, with a lot of planning and everything, but we still give God glory. We give Him all thanks for as well as it is for being able to do so. We dare not take any glory from Him. But the word for today is, solitude for greatness. Now, I know a lot of people might know a little bit of definition of what solitude is. But solitude is really the absence of being around people, or around circumstances, or situation that you would be normally accustomed to being around. And it's a self-will act. You do this most of the time. It's a self-will act to be away from people and their opinions and all of that. And the reason why I call this solitude for greatness is because of the fact that most of the time, this is the best thing that can happen. So you need to get away from certain attitudes and certain opinions, negativeness. Some people are so negative until it's not funny. And if you're going to ever do anything great, if you're going to do anything of notoriety of any type or what form or fashion, you most of the time are going to have to solidate yourself. Or in other words, not solidate, but get yourself in solitude. In other words, you're going to have to distance yourself from certain people. You're going to have to get yourself away from certain attitudes and certain opinions. I always say, a person you say, and I won't say it the way that it's normally used in layman's terms. I'm not going to say it that way, but an opinion is just like a behind. Everybody has one. So, if you're not going to be, if you can't, my great grandmama always taught me, if you cannot say something good, hush. I mean, point blank. And this morning I was thinking about what we did. We had a good Sunday school. We talked about Zerubbabel and I was trying to get them to see the difference in the spiritual authority and political authority, and that the both of the two come together to form the opinions in any nation, or as a matter of fact, the world, because that's what's going to happen. In the end time, we're going to have a spiritual leader. We're going to have a political leader. Political leader, no, the Antichrist. That spiritual leader is going to be that false or that fake, phony church. And matter of fact, we got difference of opinion about that. I don't want to get into that in this video because, like I say, I'm just speaking about sometimes you need to get yourself away from certain folks with all their negativeness, and they ain't got nothing good to say. No matter what you try to do, you trying to go forward. Satan always going to have a counter. And we just going to have to simply learn. As a matter of fact, the superintendent this morning asked Pastor Thorne in his name, and he asked about, when we get the classes, give their report. So when he got to the adult class, I just told him, Mr. Superintendent, what I've learned. In other words, I just told him very plain and simple: either lead, follow, or get out of the way. That's what I learned. That's the word for the day: lead, follow, or get out of the way. No one. If you're not going to, like I told them. As a matter of fact, we spoke a lot this morning in Sunday school. I didn't teach, but I assisted, and we just had everybody just got and joined in with the teaching. President of the choir today was taught Sunday school, and I'm giving Sister Honey a very, very good shout out about that. She did an excellent job. That's what it's all about. We all come together to do the will of the Lord. It ain't about nobody want to be the who tied the bear and everything. It's about big eyes and little you. It's not about that. If you're not going to do something constructive, positive, just hush. Just hush. Don't. Look, you're not going to help, so that's going to move yourself out of the equation. Nobody's going to get mad at you. As a matter of fact, sometimes it's like this video say, solitude is something. The best thing that you can do for yourself is to get yourself away from certain folk and just get out around certain situations. Get away from the negative talk and go on and do what you know that you want to do. and in the name of the Lord, and then you cut the debt. Simple as that. Because with some people, they just can't help it. They just naturally got a very, very negative attitude. Matter of fact, if they're not the one who's the spotlight is on them, they have a problem with it. They don't, they want all light to be on them. But first of all, God get the glory. That's number one. We're in the process, and like I said, I'm thankful for God for being able for Him to use me in whatever capacity He feels to use me. I don't mind doing it. I'll take out the trash at the church. I'll sweep the floor at the church. It doesn't matter because these titles and these names, I know who I am. I'm just like Apostle Paul said, I know in whom I believe. I don't have just because I'm the minister of music, quote unquote, chairman of this and chairman of that. That don't mean nothing. I can get down and sweep the floor. It don't matter to me. Wherever the help is needed, there at the church or wherever my responsibility, I'm willing and ready to do it. Take out the garbage, take the trash out, mop the floor, whatever, clean the bathroom you got to. We are serving people, and that's what servants do. It ain't about no big name. Some people don't want to do nothing unless it got glory on it. They want glory sprinkled on it for them. When they taking glory, and all glory belong to God. Glory don't belong to you or me. And this is the thing that I'm saying about solitude. Sometimes it's best to get away from people. Get away from their opinions. Once you got your direction from God, just go on with it. Sometimes it's best you not even say nothing before, because see, one thing about it, the devil can't read your mind. I'm gonna say that again for somebody. Remember, the devil can only hear what you say. And once you tell it, he can hear it, and then that's when he can act on it. So keep your mouth closed about things that your dreams and visions. Remember, that's what got Joseph in the mess now. But even though that was God's sovereign, God was getting Joseph in place for something great because God knew what. But what I'm saying at a lower standard, sometimes if we would just keep our mouth closed, we wouldn't get in the mess with the end. Because the devil cannot read your mind. You let him know what you're trying to do, he's gonna block you. Yeah, how come you can't tell everybody your dream? You can't share with some people. Then you think that there are some people you ought to be able to share with, but I've known from experience. Some people you just, like I say, just keep your mouth closed. Don't tell nobody nothing. Just go and do what you know God has told you to do. Just go and do it. And let them see the end results. And then let them talk. Because regardless of what, people have been talking ever since creation. You cannot stop people's mouths from talking. They're grown. You can't make people do anything. But you don't have to take part in it. In other words, it's just like my studio out there. No one can make me go in or out of my studio. That's my studio. But guess what? How can I sit here and complain about I'm not getting anything done when I don't get up and go out there and go to work? People, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. Now I know some of you will catch that on the way home. But yet and still, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. If we want success at whatever we are come to do in our life, that's what I like about this guy. I'm subscribed to his channel called Block King, and I think it's Block King 999. I believe it is. I hope I got it right. But this brother come on there, he laid down some solid information and advice that's worth his weight in gold. And he's calling himself Little Deep. And those of you that have not checked out his channel, check it out. The guy speaks some very, very heavy nuggets of wisdom on music production and in the studio and whatnot. So if you're not gonna take the advice of people, I mean, you can at least consider. And if it's something that you see deemed noteworthy, and what you are doing is not working, it's time to change up. That's what many men decided to do. A lot of the stuff that I had myself employed in was just counterproductive. And I just decided that I was going to have to change. And it's not to I mean, you got to do stuff that benefits you. Not in a selfish manner. In other words, because like I said, my ministry is to help others. I'm reaching out to the best I can to do that. But you can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make them drink. You can make yourself available, but you cannot make anybody accept that help. But at least you do your job as a servant and make it available. And if people don't take it, that's on them. God do not hold you responsible because you would have done what he told you to do. And that's why I get my consolation there. So with that being said, many man's gonna say, like he always say, whatever you get into it, God is not in it. Best you come out of it. And look for some more tutorials. Come out. I got some more on the back burner. I got some things I'm working on. I got to get some visuals though. I'm trying to get together because to make the learning experience a little bit better for the beginning musician. I want to be able to them for them to visualize. Like I said, the God online direction. That's what I'm trying to provide. And so I'm not going to only give them guidance. I'm going to do it online to the best of my ability, and I'm going to give them directions on how to get from point A to B back to A. That's what Midi Man is going to try to do and get them to be well-rounded in music theory, music production, music composition. And then I got some few other things that I'm going to be discussing with the individual student. Matter of fact, I got one person that I already have been trying to get contact me, but I've been out of place every time. But we will be giving y'all some updates coming. And like I said, this is not for everybody. This is only for the people that are serious. And we gonna say, I want to say something just in case some of the people that was on the building committee, in which the pastor had placed me in charge of and made me the chair. And I want to say that we appreciate what we did and what we got accomplished on Saturday. And matter of fact, I think that was a very, very good meeting. Matter of fact, it was an outstanding meeting, first meeting. We already got the ball rolling and started. And I feel that we got a lot of work to accomplish, and I feel we're going to do just that. Remember, I told y'all what the vision was, and I still mean that. The vision, we know what the vision is, and we got the prime directive is to raise funds. That's our prime directive. We are not worried about it. Whatever anybody else want to do, even if it's outside of the committee. We are not trying to stop anybody from doing what they want to do, but the committee will be committed to the committee, and it will come back through the committee. And that's the only. But anybody else that a lot of people like to be lone rangers. They may not want to go through the committee. That's fine, as long as you working toward the cause. That's all that matters. It's not about you ain't got to be sitting up under the meeting up under me. If you got something that you want to do as a fundraiser or whatsoever that you trying to do, what I'm saying, people, let me tell you something. This goes for across the masses. If you're working for Christ, then there should not be no jealousy and no animosity. Remember what Jesus said. If they are not against us, they are with us. So in other words, why worry about who gonna get the praise? Praise go to God too. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. The only thing that we get, if he said, elders do honor, and some double honor. But that's honor, not praise and glory. That go to God. So just remember that. So this, like I said, this is me, man. And whatever you get into, remember, if God is not in it, let's come on out of people because it's gonna come to that. This is me, man. Saying until the Bible said on Tuesday night, peace, good night.